Thank you so much, everybody, for allowing me to tell my stories and read poetry and act in your movies and your TV shows and stuff. It's been a really blessed life, and I just want to say thank you so much for your encouragement and your support. It means a lot. You don't have to do it, but you do. And that's what's up. 19 years old. Ready? I'm 51 now, by the way.
Say, can you see by the blood in the streets that this place doesn't smile on you, colored child, whose blood built this land with sweat and their hands. But you'll die in this place, and your memory reigns. Oh, say, does this truth hold any weight? This is not the land of the free, but the home of the slave.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Back again with Cassidra with another creating legacies. We back to business again. What's going on, Cassidra? How you doing today?
I am good, forecast. Good. Ready for another great show as usual.
Yeah,
With the
facts.
forecast.
Yeah, facts. And you know, usually when we having conversations, especially when we start touching on some of the real stuff we talk about, you know, it'd be quiet, but
Yeah.
you know, people might have some to say today, you know what I'm saying, which is good, you know.
Well, I hope so because we're not doing these shows for our health. We doing it because we're trying to, get Black folk attention to wake them up a little bit. No
Yeah.
sense in running. Where we running from? Sometimes we need to face these issues, and these are issues that we need to be facing seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact, considering. So all right, let's go in. So you know, we not on because there's a lot of stuff that I think we're gonna talk about today. So I want to show you something first, like kind of like why we giving people time to get in here too, but it's the same thing to the topic that we're talking about today, which is like, you know, people in certain positions, you know,
Mm-hmm.
willing to sell out their own, you know.
Yeah.
Now I want you to see something though, consider. Now this is a basketball player here, Jaylen Brown, right? Now I talked
Mm-hmm.
about him last year. Now he just signed like a $300 million contract or whatever.
Ooh, Lord, have mercy.
But you know what he said he wanted to do with the money?
Oh
He
God.
said no, he said he wanted to build Black Wall Street.
Oh, he told that he wasn't supposed to tell that.
Yeah, he said it though. Yeah.
Sometimes you ain't supposed to say stuff. Oh, God. So what they do? Take the money back?
No, they didn't take the money back, but they've been messing with him ever since.
Ever
Like,
since, yeah,
he just
yeah,
won the champion. Yeah, like
yeah,
they've
you
been
can't
hating on him.
tell them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't
Um.
tell them what you're trying to do, and this is the sad part about it, because when you work for massa, you work for folk that have told you not to do for your own. You can't tell him that's what you want to do. He could have kept that a secret and hid behind another group of people to help that to go forward. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
can't tell them what you're trying to do. It just don't work like that. They already don't want black people to have nothing. Why you think
Yeah.
other people have not done it? And he just don't understand the assignment.
Yeah. And
Dang, God, he didn't
and
understand the assignment.
yeah, and you know what they said about him because he a young brother, right? And he like
Uh-huh.
just won the championship and won the MVP for the championship. But they
Yeah,
be hate so
yeah.
that when
They're
he
gonna
first
meet to
came,
him. They're gonna meet to him. Yeah,
yeah,
they're
like
gonna get him.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah, because they but a lot of people already see it though because they know what he's doing, right? So
Uh-huh.
like they just wouldn't let him get on like the Olympic team and like
Are you
blackball him.
serious?
Yeah,
Are
like
you
all that stuff.
serious? Oh, see, you know what? This is what bothers me when the next show we talked about when good people do. You know what I'm saying? When you got good people that'll die for the cause, or good people that's trying to do for their own, they always get blackballed. You know what I'm saying? Just like you had a black guy. Remember that was going against the police officers, and he was trying to tell the truth, and they fired him. I mean,
Mhm.
stuff like that. You know, you can't just do right by them and they just allow you to do it. You got to be cruddy and, full of demons and devils like them in order to be successful around them. And then once they give you the money, they're going to tell you what to do with it, how to do with it. And just like they're going after Oprah too, right? Why you think
Mhm.
that is? Because they don't need those bootlicks anymore. Once you are their Tory, they don't need you anymore. They're going to break their toys. That's what they do. That's what they do. And we see this, but nobody calls them out on it. And that's the sad part about it, because people see what they're doing and they nudging each other, talking about, man, he should have, just like I told you, shouldn't have did that. Other people see what they're doing. He just didn't know the assignment, and nobody pulling his coattail to say, man, you shouldn't be talking about that. Don't talk like that. If you're gonna do something, do it in secret. They don't even have to know that you're doing it.
Right. And he see because I wanted to play these videos like 30, both of these. And
Yeah.
he has the Boston Exchange Initiative and he's saying this is the
Oh,
catalyst for black wealth that we need.
yes.
And I'm gonna just play the news one because it's short. But
Yes.
the knock they had on this brother when they said he was too
It aims
smart.
to address.
That was that was his flaw, that he was too smart and that he
He
doesn't accept authority.
Oh,
So that's why he when they said when they was drafted him, they just said, oh, this black man is too smart and he don't bow down pretty much.
exactly. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? You can't be real. Just like I'm looking at the guy in Africa, he's building this new city. He said, I'm a soldier. He don't dress like everybody else. He don't do what everybody else do, but he's building his country. He's building the continent up, his little part, right? And do you not know they've tried to assassinate him 16 times for
Hmm.
him building up his own country and told France to get out, told America get out. They trying to kill this boy. 16 times they didn't try to assassinate him, try to do a coup in the country, in the continent. And that's crazy. So when we see stuff like that, we don't call it out. What can we do to stop that from happening?
Well,
That's sad. You can't even enjoy your money that you made and worked hard for because they gave it to you. You got to tell me what to do with it? No, you don't get
right,
that right.
exactly. And
I would
I just
take that money and run. I swear I would. I'd take it and run. $300 million. Do you not know he could do on the continent with that money? I'm just
and
saying.
he's probably doing it.
He sure could. Take that
Hmm.
money, go to the continent, get you some land, build you some houses, and wait for the diaspora to come over there. You know what I'm saying? And make your money that way. That's what I would do. 300, 300. What did you what you like? 300 million, 300,000.
Well, no,
300 million.
300 million, but not at one time though. It's like over like 5 or 7 years, whatever the contract is.
Oh my God. Oh my
But it's still like
God.
60, $70 million,
I
or maybe like
know. My
something crazy a year.
God. Oh my God.
But all right, so let me play just a little bit of this.
Greats Jaylen Brown and Jason Kidd are coming to play in Oakland, but not on the basketball courts they're known for.
Today was a great day to commence, being able to to identify the next location and be able to have collective people of influence show up here.
Brown, who just won the NBA championships with the Boston Celtics, recently launched the Boston Exchange. It aims to address the wealth imbalance by creating a Black Wall Street in Boston. He's teaming up with Kidd to do the same in Oakland.
He did win the championship on the floor, but we can also create championships off the floor, and I'm here to support that.
Kidd grew up in Oakland, played at Cal, went on to become an NBA All-Star. He says Oakland already has the talent and the mentors to make this a success, but that Black businesses have long been underfunded. He believes this injection of capital is the missing piece.
How much money is being invested in this?
A lot.
Is that dude Black?
Investment of millions of dollars.
Huh?
Is he Black? Is the man that was just talking? He's Black.
He's supposed to be Black, yeah.
He don't look Black. He got too many white folk around him. Seriously.
Yeah, he a basketball player, Jason Kidd. He's like a Hall of Fame basketball player, but like he's like mixed, but they're gonna be like he's Black,
Yeah, that's dangerous though. You got the wrong people around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, that's dangerous.
And like,
okay.
I
don't like all them mixed folk, and you gotta have the right people when you're trying to do this. He don't understand it. He still don't understand the assignment. He's too young. He don't get it.
All right.
Go ahead.
That will fund a series of projects aimed at creating generational wealth, business incubators, programs to launch local artists and musicians, and the purchase of property in places like downtown Oakland.
What they can fund is the acquisition of real estate assets, which brings the cost of space down significantly by owning those assets, and also allows us to invest in those spaces knowing that they'll be in the community in perpetuity.
Oakland City Council member Carol Fife says this type of project is critical right now when the city doesn't have the resources and when businesses are leaving.
This injection, this support, this investment is a game changer for not just the entire city, but the economic hub of the city, which is District 3.
Brown says this won't happen overnight. It'll take time to attract investors and identify investments. But he says the work is underway.
It's not about starting anything new. I think it's a lot of great things that have been already going on. Oakland is rich in history, tradition, entrepreneurship. So it's not like I got to come here and start something that ain't been done already.
In Oakland, on Sunday, ABC.
All right, so
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm excited, but I'm nervous, because anytime Black folk try to be free from them, they just be doing stuff.
And see, he's the only one. He's like and he's actually like the player, like of the associate, what you call it, like the workman's program compensation thing. He's like the president of the association. So like, but he's like out there standing up for like Black. Like when the Jews was trying to go at Kyrie Irving, he was the only one to say something about it, and they ain't like that about him either.
Okay, so he's just on their blacklist just for standing up for your own. And this is what they do. They don't want us to stand up for us. They want us to be cooning out. And so many like Lamont Hill and Bakari, still was the sellers, all them dudes. They ain't and Van Jones, all them dudes, they ain't hitting on nothing. All them brothers that cooned down, sold out to the devil. All of them sold they soul. All of them. That's the sad part about it. When you see Black folk, you can't say nothing positive about most of them. Most of the ones that's with money or leaders, because they sold out. They so worried about what white folk gonna do and say. Man, I want to see this. I wish that some of those baseball players, would come together and invest with them. They probably won't, because then they're gonna be affected.
Yeah. Anybody who
ain't nobody who. You may have some like Kaepernick, maybe that'll come together and support, but a whole lot of brothers ain't gonna do that because they scared. They scared.
Because see, the thing is, right, like they in their contracts, if they like make all-stars and stuff like that, which he's supposed to, and all of these other things, then they get extra bonuses for more money, but they intentionally don't let him be a part of certain things. You know what I'm saying? And they try to say, it's not because of that, which we know what the real reason.
Well, we know what it's called. They don't have to say it. We can read between the lines, and we know what it is. If he wasn't doing that, then it would be different. But we know what it is. I mean, we can call them out on it, And maybe we need to start, maybe they need to start filing some lawsuits or something. I'm just saying, how do you stop this? How do you stop when you, because these people, they do stuff, right? And they'll look at you when you start calling them out, then they'll call you racist or they'll start gaslighting you. So, how do we deal with this right here? Let's come up with some conclusions to the matter about this right here. How do we beat this? How do we deal with this? How do we bring this out to the light so that we can start changing situations so we can stop them from doing stuff like this? How do we do that? You understand what I'm
Well,
asking?
yeah. Well,
How do we shut
honestly,
it down?
well, you could like we could shut it down right now. If black people knew their worth, you know what I'm saying? Like if the whole thing, all of the billions they make is based off of Negroes running and jumping. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So if why don't you just run and jump for yourself then? And you ain't gotta
Right,
worry about what
right.
nobody else tell you.
Yeah,
But
why wasn't a
mhm,
league? Why don't we have our own black league? It's enough black men doing this that we could have had our own league by now. This should have been created. When you work with them with an intent to leave the plantation, with an intent to build your own, not stay with
exactly.
them indefinite and they get to call all the shots. So if you want to say something, then the coach will sit you down, fine you, and all
Hmm.
like Kyrie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, that shouldn't be. They should have separated and gotten their own league. And then you know what I'm saying? Then you can, call your own shots. I don't know how that works, but why couldn't you build your own, you know what I'm saying? Get your resources up and then start building your own black league. That's what I,
Now,
because we did have a black league before, right?
yeah, in
Back in
baseball,
the day.
yeah,
So what
yeah.
happened to it? Where did it
Um,
go?
they wanted to go to the play in the white ones. Even though they was beating them, they beat them every time because they played each other, and the black
Did they
teams always
really?
won.
And they always won. Ain't just something. And then they
Yeah,
came together with enemies. Now they still,
yeah.
oh my God. Come
Yo,
on, forecast.
you
We
know,
gotta think sometimes. We gotta get out of this rut. We gotta see the bigger picture. We've been dealing with them way too long to still be stuck where we are. I
yeah.
swear.
And they have bigger audiences, but you know what happened? Jackie Robinson. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes. Yes. Boy, they dogged him out, didn't they? Ooh, they dogged their brother. Ooh, they
he took
dogged.
he took all of it to be a part of that. And when they had a better league than them
Yep.
already,
Ain't
and
that
more
something?
fans like that, who would go see a bunch of white dudes play any sport? And
Nobody. Without black folk, nobody.
right, all right, like who you gonna go see? You gonna go see black people playing the sport? That's what was happening back then too.
That's
But
so sad though that we didn't have enough understanding and what consideration for ourselves, and we had to mix and mingle. If we had to stay separate, ours would have been bigger and better than theirs. Seriously,
hmm that's why they
man.
that's why they let them in because it already was better than theirs.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why they did it.
yeah, and they knew them black folk had the money, and they was doing supporting. They
Yeah,
probably really did support each other back in them days.
yeah, they
Supported the
did.
black leagues, and now black folk can't support the black leagues because they can't afford it.
And you know what they had? They had black writers, black
Yes.
journalists, black,
Yes.
all of the things that
Yes.
come along with sports that's not
Yes.
sports,
And you
all
know
of
how
that,
many of them lost their job when they mixed and
all
mingled
of
with
them,
them? All of them. Even
all
our teachers, our doctors, everybody got fired. Teachers, doctors, everybody, because we left ours and went to theirs. And they didn't hire any of ours. They didn't even allow ours to teach their children. Didn't even allow them to work in their schools. Ain't that something? That spoke volumes right there. But we didn't have enough love for each other to support each other and keep it separate. Man, that's
right.
crazy. And you know who we got to thank for that? MLK, that traitor. I don't care what nobody say that. He was a boule and he did what he did on purpose.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. And I want to show you this, because like because I'm interested, and it goes to like what we're gonna talk about too, because we're gonna get into all of the other videos that you were sending me.
Yes.
Um, now, do you know they sent out Stephen A. Smith to say that brother we was just talking about? He
Mhm.
says a random source, says that he's just not marketable. You know what I'm saying? That's why people don't like him because he's just not marketable. And
What
he
does
said
that
that on
mean?
national. That's just what he said. And a
So this
source
dude
says,
said it about the other dude we just saw.
yeah, Stephen A. Smith, yeah,
That's sad.
and he
See,
said it
this is
on his TV show.
Ain't that something? How is he not marketable? I don't understand what that means.
Well, we know what it means, but
I
and
know,
now,
but I'm just saying,
Mhm.
why would you say that? That's your own brother. See, this is what I'm saying. This bothers me. When black folk, he need to be punched in his mouth. Seriously, why would you say that about your own? Did
Yeah.
somebody send him, pay him to say that?
Well, yeah,
And see,
yeah.
he's so white-minded. He's so white-minded to where he really believes what he's saying. But his thinking, he got all that stinky thinking because of who he worked for. He loved white folk. This dude loved white folk.
Yeah, and that's why I want you to. I want to. And look, this is an interview he has with the dude because like this happened. I guess a couple of days ago. I meant to send it to you because he interviewed him, and now so they having a conversation, telling him should he basically bow down so he can make money, or should he stand on his own and do what he do? You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
Stephen
so
A.
should
Smith
he
is
sell his soul or shall
yeah,
he?
yeah.
Oh, that's so
So
sad. Oh, like
now
him, sell his soul so he can eat.
exactly.
Okay, I got you.
Exactly. So
I
this
got
is
you.
him asking them that question. Like, and
But
I
did
was
you
like,
hear that
yo,
lady said that on Sunday? She said, remember, I don't know how much of the show you heard Sunday, but she said,
mhm.
I said, a coon, they sell their souls. They do, do for master. And she said, well, they got to eat. And I was like, wow, what? So I understand, and they think like that. That he
Yeah.
really is meaning what he's saying. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you play it. Go ahead.
No, yeah, and I didn't even hear that part. That's crazy.
Oh man.
I heard a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
that.
I couldn't
Woo,
even. I had to turn it off. I ain't gonna lie, cause I
woo,
had to
did
turn
you,
it
man? I had to.
off.
I wanted, man. I was trying to tear it apart so I could help her to see. You got to see this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
My mouth was on the floor at first because I was like, oh my God. So Maurice texted me. He was like, okay, go ahead and get her, Cassie. Because I was holding back at first. I was like, that's his cousin. I don't know what. But I said, I cannot. I mean, whoo. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So they having a should you play the game or not? Like, check. So let me play it.
Because look at all you're doing. Look at what your objective is. Who wouldn't want to support that?
Yes.
Nevertheless, you just articulated it's a challenge.
Yes.
Could it be that it's a challenge
Mm.
because of what you stand on and how principled you are, and you're not somebody that, dare we say, is going to play the game that corporate America might want you to play?
Right.
You ever thought about that?
I hate the term "play the game."
I know.
What
A lot of us do.
It's 2024.
Right.
Like
Why
it's
don't
a
we say
different
play the
game
game?
than it
Yeah.
was in 1985.
Okay.
Similar people that are moving in pieces, but the game is different. I think that this generation has the prowess to be able to do a lot of different things that maybe the generation that came before wasn't able to, through the power of social media, through the lens of like just the media in general. Multiple people are starting platforms, multiple people are entrepreneurs and working for themselves. So before, like the social norms of like corporate America is like, man, you gotta dress a certain way, speak a certain way, be a certain way. You gotta have a college degree to be successful. This is what I view as playing the game. 2024, I think that still exists, but we've seen that game change where now you could be yourself, you could dress casually or however you feel comfortable, you could have red, blue, yellow, green hair, and people will still accept you if you're good at your craft.
Right.
I think that game is changing. Maybe it hasn't changed completely yet. But that's what I want people to recognize as well, that the game is changing. It is not the same. And it's our responsibility that the next 20 to 50 years looks different than it looks right now.
I'll play devil's advocate with you. You started off this interview interviewing me, asking me questions, right? And we were talking about me in this industry. Let me tell you what the dilemma that I have, and you tell me how you feel about it. I don't want to dress in a damn suit every day. I like my suits. I really do. I like to dress sharp, but I don't feel like dressing like that every day. Coming on the air, knowing that hundreds of thousands are watching live, that millions, in my case, billions, might be watching on video, on social media and video over the course of a calendar year, et cetera, et cetera. I know that there's a responsibility that comes with that because I'm saying, yeah, I can do it now. I can show up in a warm-up suit on the air right now. I can, I can do what I can do a lot of things that the typical person can't do. But if I'm setting that kind of example, I can get away with it. But most people on the come up can't. And so I have a responsibility to allow them to see what, quote unquote, the words we hate, the game that has to be played. You're trying to show them that. You are somebody that's averse to that kind of thinking. I guess what I'm asking is, with all that you're accomplishing, I'm not talking about you just as an individual, as a player, but with what you're doing in the community and the help that you need from those outside.
That's all the white folks that you need to go get to help
Right.
you.
Okay.
Should you value?
Yes. Even with what right there, stop right there. Is it that different? Is it that different right now for Cass?
Mm-mm.
He said this is different. He said it's a different time, right? The black guy. He said he said it was different time. He said different. It's a different time. Things are changing. And is it really? Is it really?
I think he's talking about like how the internet kind of like changed, like how we don't need them to do, especially now, to link up and put our stuff together if we was thinking clearly. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need the middleman no more. Like, you don't need the big companies to like do anything. You can if you want to, but it's just we don't really want to, you know.
So why don't some of his buddies come together and invest with him? Right. You understand what I'm saying? On a sneak.
Right, on the low. Right.
Yeah, you on the low. Just, do it through your daughter, through your cousin, through your niece, through your dog, through the foundation, through some. You understand what I'm saying? So, but they won't even do that because they're scared, because they're gonna trace the money back. That's what I think they're afraid of.
Yeah,
but this
I agree.
Dude, is he right? Is the dude in the gray right?
Oh, Stephen A. Smith. He's saying. He said he's basically saying you got to tap dance to
exactly.
Be able to get.
That's what he's trying to tell, because they sent him to tell him that. They sent him to tell him that. So he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I have enough money. I don't have to tap dance, which he doesn't. But he may in America. Now, if he took it somewhere else, he wouldn't have to tap dance.
Right.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't have to tap dance. And then his money will go a whole lot further.
Yeah. And so I'll play the rest. It's just like a minute left.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Help you. Do you feel compelled at all to capitulate in any way to serve the greater good?
It's called it the greater good.
Do I?
Yes.
No. But no, I hear what you're saying, and I understand it. Like I said, the game hasn't completely changed, and people have to do what needs to be done. And there's nothing but respecting that. But I feel like I'm in a position where I don't have to do that. And just through my influence and through who I am, that I could represent and create a paradigm shift as well for athletes to think differently, to understand their value in a different way. And if not,
that's what they don't want him to do. They don't want him to have, they don't want him to have the other athletes thinking that he can. They're going to make an example out of him some kind of way. I don't know how. I don't know what. But is he married? Does he have a white woman? What's he doing? Is he married to a white woman?
I don't think he got a wife. I haven't seen him around no white girls though.
Okay. He might be a little different now. Okay.
I don't know his personal life. I haven't looked either, but I ain't seen one.
Okay. Come on. Yeah. I got a daughter. No, come on.
But yeah, he's a young man too, though. He's still only like 20, like he might be 25 at this point. Or
what? No way. He's not just 25, I know.
Yeah. He got drafted at like 19. He only been in there like about 5-6 years.
Oh man, are you serious?
He's about 24, 25. Like, he's gonna be
he's
a lot better.
Very intelligent 20. He you know what? He's one of the chosen. I'm telling you, he don't think that the same way everybody else do. He doesn't. And Stephen don't understand it. He's like, wow, this brother, wow. He almost is kind of like a little jealous, maybe, because he has the balls to do it and Stephen does not. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, and there was another video. I ain't gonna play it because it's like another 10 minutes, but Stephen A. Smith was basically on there saying, like, oh, well, I coon, but it's for the greater good because I want to be able to do it for my people. This is why I throw my people under the bus, like trying to make it make sense, you know what I'm saying, to him.
How does that make sense? Who does that make sense to? You a coon, you throw a black folk under the bus, but you do it so you could get paid, so you could eat. Okay, we understand that, but we knew that. But you still ain't about nothing. You still ain't hitting on nothing. You'll never make a difference. Never.
And he's saying, oh, by me being able to eat, I don't know if he's saying will inspire others or then I can give something to other people.
That's a bull crap. That's a bunch of bull. That's a bunch of bull. He just talking.
That's
He
why I
just
coon.
trying to make. He's in front of this young man trying to explain why he a coon. The young man know he a coon, but you gonna try to explain why you're a coon. I'm only a coon because I want my people to eat. Well, who's eating besides you on your check with your coon self? And then you throwing black folk under the bus. Well, how is that helping anybody? Go ahead, forecast. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I played the last one.
Handed to society as well. But what I represent and what I speak for is the next generation of athletes.
Mhm.
And I know what we go through as well is what people in corporate America
Right.
are going through at the same time. So I understand it. Like your example was you wearing a suit on TV for First Take, and that's, you know, considered industry standard. Like nothing is wrong with that. I think that I was just using that as an analogy to how, you know, how someone dresses is attached to a certain level of professionalism, at least in the past, and it is still. But and a lot of times, people showing up to meetings that I be at, and they be in stuff like this,
right?
Because he'd be actually doing.
Liberty
I
Mutual.
think he'd be doing business with black people. I hope, you know.
I hope so.
So, you know, and basically, when you say dress up like that, it means accepting the ways of the Englishman, so you don't get your ass whooped every day. And you still get beat up every day. Don't get it wrong, but you think that you don't. So I don't know if it's comfort or not.
Wow.
But anyway, which like shouts out to that young brother for at least doing something, trying to build black stuff. And he says black, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say people of color.
Yeah.
He said
See,
black.
that's why I know he's different. He's saying the right B1 words. He's saying the right words. He's not cooning. He's not calling people of color. You know, a lot of black folks say people of color. No, black people. You mean black folk? I don't know. You know, I'm telling you, I'm impressed. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I just don't know if I would have given. Well, I don't know. Would you have given Stephen an interview like that though?
Well, he called him out because he threw Stephen A. Smith threw him under the bus, like which was a part of like the campaign to smear him since he's been doing all of this stuff, and since the Kyrie Irving thing, they've been constantly like screwing up. But they've been doing that to him his whole time. Like I said, like before he came in, like. You know, they scout him as the draft, and one of the things was he doesn't listen to authority. Like, and that's all he was saying right there. And keep in mind,
he don't listen to authority because he don't do what they want him to do. Right. So of course he's militant. No, I think for myself, I don't have to listen to authority. I am the authority. 300 million worth of authority. You understand what I'm saying? Who am I listen to? Why do I have to listen to you?
Yeah, and despite all of that.
Ball. I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But you want to, it's almost like they want to direct his every step. So, of course, if I don't listen to your every word and I don't coon out for you, then I'm militant. No, you black. You be one. And that's what they don't like because he's different.
Right.
I love it. Oh, my God. I love it. Go ahead. I love it.
And despite all the hate, he still won the championship last year, and like it was the MVP of the championship.
And he's gonna keep getting it because he has favor, because he's not a coon. That's favor. You don't have to coon. You can hit God. You know what? God said your gifts make room for you. Is his gift not making room for him?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? His gifts making room for him. So he's making his money the honest way by representing black first.
Yeah.
And not bowing to them. And he gonna keep on doing well because he don't have to coon.
Yeah,
and I hope other folk are seeing that.
And look, no, I was about to say Stephen A. Smith been like kind of cooning since he's been alive, and the brother already got more money than him. So
exactly, you see that? That's how you know he doing it the right way. He's being blessed beyond because of who he is and because he's not sold out. And I hope they can realize and recognize that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to play that because I was like, damn, that's interesting because we was talking about that and they had a conversation about should you sell out, and he was really explaining why he did. So
he was. So did he finish talking about it on this video? Why he did?
No, not on this one. On the next one, but
okay.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I would play it, but it will be here like for too long. So I'm gonna go to the next stuff.
Okay.
All right. All right. So this is
I hate that one.
Yeah, and look, I ain't even been talking about this because like we already took a step back.
We don't even have to talk about her. I'm sick of her.
Yeah, and this is about let me see, which part was it? Oh yeah, here we go. This dude here, they was getting on black dudes here.
Getting on black
Bible even.
He said something is wrong with brothers who don't know how to support a sister.
Yeah.
She's not a
full stop.
And by the way, like,
isn't he gay?
I don't hear
Isn't that
pastor.
Bryant? Isn't that Bryant?
Yeah, Jamal.
Oh, I've
Bryant.
heard some things about him. I would, whatever. Go ahead. I would listen to. Hold on. Okay, you're in the church. Democrat stands for transgender homosexuality, right? Why is the church backing her? That's what I cannot understand that. Why is the church who believes in the Bible? So the church goes against everything the Bible stands for. It sounds like to me.
Yeah, technically, if you believe in it and you're a Christian, you're supposed to like stone like gay people, though. That's like what it says, not me.
Okay, but my thing is, why are you allowing her in your pulpit? Didn't he allow her in his pulpit?
I don't know. I think so.
I just can't understand it. Hey, Anthony, go ahead.
No, you're right. You're right. Now I'm agree with you because
I'm just saying I don't understand.
It does say that. It does say it in there. Like you shouldn't. That's just what it says.
Yeah, it told us not to even vote for them. Not to even vote for people that don't look like us, that have a heart after us, that's gonna do for us. It told you not to do it. Go ahead.
Yeah. And shouts out to my brother Anthony in the building. Shouts out my brother.
Anthony, yay.
And Mordecai was man enough to know that in order for me to be a man, I got to know how to support a woman. Something is wrong with brothers who don't know how to support a sister. It was a sister that raised you. It was a sister that taught you how to read. It was a sister that taught you how to bathe yourself.
In the context of the vice president, were you trying to send a message?
That we've got to be able to vote that misogyny is still real in our community. We've got to address it head on and not act like it doesn't exist. The reality is if black men had voted, Stacey Abrams would be a governor.
Stacey Abrams was a fucking sellout voting for her. I'm sick. I can't take this. I am so frustrated with black folk in this leadership, this church, the leadership. I'm so frustrated. You're getting ready to put a woman in there that don't talk. You're talking up for a woman that said he's not going to do anything for you. What kind of man is that? What kind of man is he? You have a whole Indian lady that said, I'm not going to do anything for you, but you backing her and chasing her down and trying to support her agenda of bringing immigrants in here. You're not going to have a job, black folk. I keep telling black folk that she wants to bring an extra 20 million. You're already looking and seeing what's happening at that border. They getting ready to bombard that border, over 2,000, because they know the election is next week. And they're talking about shooting border patrol men to get in this country because they thinking Trump gonna win. Black folk better wake up. 2025, I'm telling you now, it's gonna be the worst year for black people. Trust what I tell you. Go ahead and put her in there. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead, forecast. I'm gonna try to be nice.
No, it's cool. It's cool because what I don't understand about all of this stuff when they're saying it is, what about the black women that don't support her? Is that like misogyny too? Like that don't even make sense.
I sure don't support her. Is I ain't gonna never support my own death.
All right. I'm good on that.
Yeah, but, I'm not gonna ever support my own death.
Since I ain't been talking about it, I skipped over this one, but I'm gonna play. This is y'all boy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God! So you really trying to get my? Oh Lord, go ahead.
You're going in on us, brothers. Here.
Just speak some truths, if you don't mind, please.
I mind
because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running.
Because nobody likes you now anyway. You don't have any substance in black community.
I also
He don't know how unimportant he is, does he?
Yeah, this.
be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly.
Let's just speaking to us, considering.
And say that
He better go speak to Michael.
a choice that is this clear.
It's not that clear, to be honest with you.
And on the one hand, you have
Well, I guess
somebody who grew up like you, knows you.
No, she didn't grow up like us.
Went
You
to
didn't even grow up like us.
All right.
You had a whole white mama.
Understands the struggles.
Hold on, consider. I've been meaning to ask you, like, so you telling me you ain't cooked no greens in your tub?
That was the stupidest thing I ever heard. Who puts greens in their tub? Are you kidding me? In your tub? In your whole bathtub? Will you put your bath in? Or did she mean it like a wash tub? What kind of tub was she? Like a bathroom tub?
No, I don't know.
I don't understand that. That just blew me away. I need whatever. Go ahead, 4K.
I was just curious because she said you grew up like you, consider. I was just wondering.
I ain't grew up like that, putting greens in my bathtub.
And pain and joy that comes from those experiences. Who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
You're talking hella slow, so I'm gonna skip it for a little bit.
Too high, and are committed to making sure that we maintain the Affordable Care Act. So everybody's got help and cares about things like education and entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person.
Obama, please stop with your ignorant self. I'm looking at that border right now, and I see danger at the border. So why don't you go talk to them at the border? I don't want to hear no more of him. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. I'm sorry. He's a dummy. A sold out nothing.
Now, consider I want to tell because you know why my answer to him would be is that just like he was saying, well, I would like to, but it's a non-starter issue because it would make white people mad, right? Because that's what they said when they asked him reparations. You know, I want you to hear this one. You know,
there's more.
He said this. I want you to hear him say it out of his mouth.
Oh wow!
So he can know why black men are doing whatever. Let me see.
In general, it was just very. They've gone on. Say, this is the way. I want you guys
country
has with Bruce Springsteen because I found it to be very interesting. But let's go ahead and play that.
How do you hold the same country that sent man to the moon with being the same country of Jim Crow? You don't make peace with that, obviously, but how do you sort of hold that being the same America?
I think that it is partly because we never went through a true reckoning. And so we just buried one huge part of our experience and our citizenry in our minds.
Now, you mentioned that a reckoning hadn't taken place. So here we sit today where it feels like a reckoning is being called for. You know, is the country ready to deconstruct its founding myths, its mythic stories, its mythic history, or is it prepared to consider reparations? Do you think we're at that place right now?
So if you ask me, theoretically, are reparations justified?
Listen to this, consider.
No,
Is reparations justified?
I already know what he said. He's a nothing.
The answer is yes.
Oh.
There's not much question.
But
that the wealth of this country, the power of this country, was built in significant part, not exclusively, maybe not even the majority of it, but a large portion of it was built on the backs of slaves.
The White House might.
They built the house I stayed in for a while. What is also true is that even after the end of formal slavery and the continuation of Jim Crow, the systematic oppression and discrimination of Black Americans resulted in Black families not being able to build up wealth. Descendants of those who suffered those kinds of terrible, cruel.
All right.
So damn.
And that has generational effects. So if you're thinking of what's just, you would look back and you would say, the descendants of those who suffered those kinds of terrible, crual.
All right. She didn't even play the whole thing. But anyway, this is my answer to when he was like, why don't we do it? Oh, it's a non-starter issue due to white fear or whatever the hell you said when it came to Black people. So why in the hell, what's the difference now? Wouldn't it make the same people mad if we go vote for her? You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to piss them off. You know what I'm saying? So why should I?
But you know, those type of people who grew up around white folk, being Black, they think different than we do. They have been, you know, like hearing the white folk talking points about Black folk. You know what I'm saying? So they think totally different. They think those white folk feel comfortable disrespecting and talking about Black people, even though he's Black. They'll talk about Black folk and he'll agree, not thinking he's Black. Does that make sense? Oh, Lord.
All right, so let me get off this page because my computer gonna freeze here. But I just want to during this administration because of white resistance, the same white resistance that whatever now. So let me get off this page so it don't freeze up. Anytime I pull up like articles and stuff, it freezes up.
She was still giving comments.
All right, so let's just go to the So, all right, but consider because you know they're gonna cry because you know. It's the same thing with Negroes going over on the other side too, you know.
Exactly.
Like any of them are any different, you know what I'm saying? There are no it's just what do you like, you know, how do you like your what's to say racism? With a smile on your face and they stab you in the back, or you just want it like straight up in your face? I guess a lot of Negroes prefer to get smiled in their face and stabbed in the back.
Yeah, we don't want the truth.
Well, but just so they don't cry. Black voters
in a Democratic stronghold.
He wasn't just speaking to the party faithful in Milwaukee.
He came to a church to listen to average.
This might be another gay preacher here.
Most of them are. Maybe one TD Jake's friends. At least 38 of them pastors went to the TDJ. I mean, Diddy's parties. At least 38 of them.
Oh, for real?
He might be one of the 38.
I want you to see. I don't know if you saw this, where the black dude got beat up.
Who get beat up by?
A bunch of white boys. He was a black Trump supporter, and he was out there with them.
You
and
lying?
Got his ass whipped. Yeah.
And they beat him up.
What happened to him? But we should.
It's very easy.
Look, it's easy.
Hold on, I'm trying to find a good video. I'm trying to find the video. I'm getting his ass whipped.
Did they beat him up for real?
Mm-hmm.
He's one of them, though, right?
Yeah. Hold on, I can't find the video.
He one of them, though. How you get beat up around your own?
Hey, you've got to see this. Trump supporters fighting each other.
The black dude getting jumped.
On top. Check this out.
The damn one black Trump supporter out here getting jumped. And then another black dude had to show up to pull them off.
All right, so it's just fists flying. It's just
so he had to help his brother. That's good. Somebody helped him, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised there was another black dude there to help him.
You ain't lying.
Oh man,
Well,
I
you got a
can't
lot of
find it.
black folk there now, so he wasn't gonna be by himself.
Yeah,
But for the white dude to do all of that, in the world.
yeah, Negroes looking
Go out there
crazy
take
out here. And so it's
black
the
people
same.
let him take that whooping. I mean, this was a. I mean, he was
Look at this fool
beating the
here.
pores out of this black man's face. I mean, he was raining blows down. When I seen them hooks and them blows that this dude was throwing.
All right, and I don't know if you've seen this one, Cassidra.
Whoop that
10
white
million
boy.
or more.
What's wrong with black men? They can't fight no more, huh?
I don't know what's going on. It's too busy cooning to do anything.
Yeah, you can't fight no more, brothers.
They can fight. It's just like Stephen A. Smith. Do you want to fight? Because if you don't fight, then you can defeat yourself and then protect the community and capitulate. That's what black men are saying. And then this is for so they don't cry, Cassandra, because if you don't, they think you won, but when they represent one side, they think you on the other, like, but they're the only ones defending like people who want to kill them.
They make our criminals look like really nice people. These people are so much more vicious. They cut you up and they don't even think about it the next day. These beautiful ladies these.
What are you talking about?
They talking about how black people will cut them up, and like black people from the Congo and just black people, period. And
what?
saying that
He's not talking about white boys. He's talking about black people like that.
mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow.
In the front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he talking to some ugly ass white girls talking about they're gonna get cut up.
This is a rather depressing speech he's making, I must say. They're saying, look how beautiful. I happen to know them. They're not into the world of being cut up, right? They never heard that. They weren't educated exactly that way. Look, they're looking at me. They're so cute. They're saying, oh, this is terrible. Believe me, they're worse than that. That's how bad they are.
So, some of you don't think that his rhetoric is worth mentioning. It is. Because we know whenever he sends dog whistles out, that his base responds. When he started saying these things about the Haitians in Springfield, who showed up? You had the Triple K show up. You had other white nationalist groups show up.
And I'll say this sister right here, she goes at everybody. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to her.
Yeah,
you know?
Deborah. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've heard her.
So let's see here. All right.
Black and white.
Okay, yo, this is the one you sent me, I think.
And it's mostly talking about how Al Sharpton has sold out. He's been sold out a long time. That's why I sent those. I want to show you the black leaders that have sold out black people. You know what I'm saying? That's really what the conversation's about. When you sell out your own, just cooning around.
Yeah.
And once I heard what he said, this right here to me determined that Reverend Al Sharpton is definitely one of the ops, and Reverend Al Sharpton is definitely an agent for benign neglect. So I'm gonna play the clip of what Reverend Al Sharpton said on MSNBC. After I play the clip of Al Sharpton speaking about what happened in Buffalo and what he wants to be done, then I'm gonna give you my take on what he did, why he did it, and how nobody else that's a minority leader do the same thing that he's doing. All right, check this out.
Dealing with this as a national hate crime level that is not just against blacks, but is against anyone that white supremacists feel are not like them, which includes Jews, Asians, Latino Americans, LGBTQ.
Everybody.
So as you can see, Reverend Al
everybody. Oh man.
Everybody. Not just black folk. Everybody.
Oh man, yo. What is the dude name who was I'm sorry, not for being disrespectful, but the young brother who was running and they killed him. Oh yeah, I remember Ahmaud Arbery.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because when I play Al Sharpton, I always gotta try to find this one because
the daddy. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh, his daddy was ignorant.
Yeah. All right, but let me
was ignorant.
it's because he is
misogynist. And are you proud
to see that most Americans, even being polled, have no problem supporting a woman at all. And I'm one that lived from Shirley to Kamala in terms of these campaigns.
And I have an emotional reaction to you raising the point of Shirley Chisholm, because it is on her broad shoulders that I stand, and so many of us stand. And we have come a long way, to your point. And your specific point about including the fact that I have the support of.
I say she's standing on being a hoe. That's Willie Brown woman. That's how she got to where she got. Willie Brown. Sleep with him. I believe that's the only black man she ever slept with. What you bet?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Willie Brown.
And by the way, like, y'all ever noticed that every single black politician, except for like Ben Carson, because he already, but everyone, all the rest of them got to have a white girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Tim Scott went out and bought that white girl and still got kicked out. But
Soon as he got engaged to her, he got kicked.
ain't saying nothing else about it.
If you married the white girl or not, you still ain't getting up in this Republican thing. Shoot. They probably broke up by now.
Yeah, ain't got that much money.
Countless black men who are in elected positions, including I'm just this afternoon and 2 church visits today with the mayor of Atlanta. That being said, I think that you are absolutely right, that there is this narrative about what kind of support we are receiving from black men that is just not panning out in reality in terms of when I go to last night Atlanta and had, I think, 10,000.
They don't like you. They don't like you. She don't understand. They don't like her. She's never won an election. Understand that, right? She's never won an election. The one she ran with Biden, she had to drop out real early in the race, right? Yeah. And he appoints, they made a deal. Hey, you drop out, I'm gonna make you vice president anyway. She's okay, and dropped out, right? So, and then now they've appointed her. They didn't vote her in and say, okay, let her be the Democratic representative. Let's vote her in and see if she can win a primary. They just presented her to you. That's what they think they're doing, and they're taking away the rights of voting for real. Because nobody ever voted her in. She always appointed her positions. That's how they get her in. And they're going to cheat for her to get in. I guarantee you this woman's going to win. Trump is not going to win. I'm telling you now. Trump is not going to get in there. Them Democrats are going to cheat to get this woman in because she's a part of the plan. Kamala Harris would do anything for power, and they know that. That's why she's going to win. But go ahead. They can sit up there and think Trump getting in there. Trump ain't getting up in that seat. They don't want Trump. Trump is not obedient enough.
Yeah, you might mess up everything.
Exactly. Somebody got to bring in a new world order.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, because I had to because of Al Sharpton. So y'all blame Al Sharpton, not me.
I applaud them.
All right. He got spit in his dookie in his mouth.
The lynch. So it ain't no one time.
Oh God.
I'm getting strong through this raw time. Yes. Because I know it was hard what they had to deal with.
Yes.
And number 2, I want to thank all y'all people, all the support y'all gave us. Because one of us did this. There you go. Ain't no one side did this.
That's right.
How many black folk went out there did this?
One side.
How many black folk chased him down?
One side.
Yeah.
God worked 2 sides. I'm gonna put you here, I'm gonna put you there. Amen. So y'all pull together and work this thing. Amen. So hey, that's what it's all about. Amen. Because if one side wouldn't work, it wouldn't have happened.
That's right.
You had people working when you wasn't working.
That's right.
If one side had to kill my son, then it wouldn't have happened. Thank God that my son is dead. Because what?
What? Ain't that crazy? That's a big what? That's a question mark. What?
I was right.
Come on, when you had people out here working, marching, going in these offices. Yeah. We conquered that lynch mob. Yeah. We got that lynch mob. This history today. Letting you know that black kid life does matter. That's right. For real, all life matters.
Yes.
Not just black. We don't want to see nobody go through this. Amen. I don't want to see nobody.
I ain't seen no black. I ain't seen no white men go through what your son went through though. Have you, Forecast? You ever seen a white dude be gunned down like that by some black boys, some black men? You ever see the opposite of what we just saw?
I have seen one, and you know what the white family said? He said something, but he said, I want justice. He said we can something one day, we can something one day, but I want justice. It was a little white girl that got killed. I'm gonna find the video next time because y'all need to see that because that's
he probably still in jail on death row or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't forgive him, huh?
Nope. The family's like, we want justice. So he was like, he said, we maybe can learn to forgive one day, but today somebody got to pay for this. Right?
Today ain't the day, brother.
Right.
We don't get on the news talking about I forgive. I wish they would ask me something like that dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Do you forgive me? Would you forgive somebody hurt your family member? Would you forgive? They would never ask me that. Would you forgive?
They gotta get what they get.
So that's what I'm at. I'm forgive them. Once they get what they get.
But all right, so this is we about to wrap it
after
up.
state lawmakers blocked 2 reparations-related proposals. The California Legislative Black Caucus decided to withhold those bills from moving forward. That led to a big protest at the Capitol over the weekend, as you see here. That's what the video is that you're watching right now. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala spoke with the reparations leader.
Yeah, so Ashley, what does she have to say about how this whole session ended over the weekend?
Golston and Lisa, Camila Moore was the chairwoman of California's historic reparations task force. That group wrapped up its work last year after spending years studying the effects of slavery, racial discrimination, and its impact on Black Californians. She says she felt betrayed by the Black Caucus after it decided to block 2 bills she says were fundamental for reparations. Emotions still high after this scene at the state capitol over the weekend.
It's Black people stopping their own people from getting their reparations.
Reparations supporters frustrated by the Legislative Black Caucus's last-minute decision to block votes in the Assembly on proposals that would establish a state agency and state fund for reparations. The Black Caucus divided, with some saying they were afraid of the governor's veto, while the caucus leader, Assemblymember Lori Wilson, claimed the bills did not have the votes.
I think what happened on Saturday was unconscionable.
Camila Moore led California's reparations task force that helped come up with these recommendations. She did not expect this.
What we saw was a complete betrayal by the California Legislative Black Caucus against their own constituents. They chose to prioritize
their asses need to be voted out. But you know what it was? Gavin Newsom, he's trying, he's going to go run for president next 4 years, right? And he didn't want that bill to hit his desk, so he didn't want to have to veto it. That was a plan. That was a plot. He told him, don't let that bill hit my desk.
Yeah.
He told him that.
Because why would you be afraid that the governor is going to veto it? Why would you be afraid of that? What that got to do with you?
Exactly. Why would you care? Let him do what he got to do. But he told him, don't let that bill hit my desk.
Right.
He wanted Black folks to do it, not him. Then he couldn't, if he do it, it's racism, But if you do it, then it's not. That's what that is. Boy, they still slick, ain't they? Ooh, I would never always that dude. I'd get that dude up out of there. No more governor for you. No more nothing for you.
Yeah, but there's always somebody there ready to do it.
Yep.
I guess they're like Stephen A. Smith, like, well, I gotta eat, so I'm doing this for the greater good of the people.
Yes.
Anyway. I'll play
their ego and their own self-interest over the people that they claim to serve.
It seemed like Democratic legislative leaders were hands-off about this. Do you think they should have stepped in?
I do think that the Assembly leadership, namely the Assembly Speaker, Robert Rivas, should have, intervened. In effect, he sided with the Black Caucus.
How do you, the advocates, the supporters, how do you all move forward here? What are the next steps?
The next step for us is to keep pushing, to hold.
All right. So we're gonna stop there. But I ain't gonna say nothing. No stuff. I'm just kidding. Because speaking of like slavery and all that stuff, I had the last one because you sent me your boy. I had to play this one from your boy.
Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark
North
Robinson
Carolina.
says,
"Oh God, that's a mama brother, Trump brother."
Now this fool mad talking about something else.
The race for governor,
He
despite a new
called himself the Black Nazi and supported slavery on some porn site, in the comments on the porn site, and it got caught.
Are you serious?
I don't know what he was looking at. Ain't no telling.
But no black woman, I'm sure.
Governor Mark Robinson says he
Probably
is
a white girl and a dog or something. For all I know.
Exactly.
staying in the race for governor, despite a new scathing report. I'm Erica Bryant.
I'm Scott Wickersham. In the past 90 minutes, CNN alleging disturbing comments about slavery, peeping, and more. They say Robinson made these comments on a porn website before he was elected. We have team coverage of this story tonight.
Right.
Channel 11 government reporter Joe
Something
Bruno
done
will
more than that. Grabbing women by the poo-poo. So what's
Erica,
actually
another
doing it?
bizarre twist in this race for governor, but Mark Robinson says he is staying in this race. CNN is reporting a detailed investigation. They say
so giving him a run for his money. Ain't they?
Robinson on a porn website, which included
He
himself
did a lot of
calling
cooning,
himself a
so.
quote Black Nazi, end quote. And CNN showed a list of receipts as proof.
Cool.
According to CNN, Robinson went by a username called Mini Soldier. The network says Robinson was found making numerous graphic and inappropriate comments. One included, quote, "I'm a black Nazi," end quote. In another comment, Robinson allegedly said, quote, "Slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I wish they would bring it back. I would buy a few."
Who gonna be a slave first? Me, you or him, Cassidra?
Oh, God. Oh,
And he didn't got caught saying all this stuff.
Lord,
What
I
is wrong
can't
with this
take
fool?
this.
Robinson,
I
who
can't take
has
him.
long
Oh man.
criticized and demeaned those in the LGBTQ plus community, said in another comment found by CNN that he liked transgender porn. That comment,
There
though,
you
is
go,
too graphic to
Cassidra.
share here.
There you go.
In regards to the allegations today,
Makes sense.
Republican North Carolina Senator Ted Budd told reporters, if true, they are concerning. And Republican state Senate nominee Scott Lassiter called on Robinson to, quote, "step aside." But this afternoon, Mr. Robinson released a video saying he's staying in this race.
Things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson. We are staying in this race. We are in it to win it. And we know that with your help, we will.
Now, this is on
Now, by
side
law,
saying this,
if
though.
Robinson wanted to drop out of this race, he has until 11:59.
Yeah, like you said,
He's still there, ain't he?
I mean,
He's still there, ain't he?
hey, they said, he asked him, are you willing to capitulate, to get your spot? It sound like my brother was.
God, he is so funny.
Man, this
He's
man
so
fool.
funny. He is so funny. I can't take it. He's so funny.
Oh man, before I wrap it up, Cassidra, this gotta be the last video I play, because this wraps up what needs to be said, because I agree with this thing he said.
You know, it was a time when we used to meet evil on the battlefield, and guess what we did to it? We killed it.
And so did.
We didn't quibble about it. We didn't argue about it.
White
We didn't
women
fight
back
about
there.
it. We killed it.
I love it.
Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. What do? We flew to Japan.
When they try to run up in black neighborhood,
We
what we
killed the
did?
Japanese army.
Exactly. I love
We
it.
didn't quibble about it.
We didn't even say
I
nothing.
didn't start this fight. You did.
We didn't do it.
You wanted to be left alone. You should have left me
When
alone.
police come and shoot your babies, what we do? We kill them.
We kill them. If we
Right.
didn't want this war, we should be in Africa right now,
That's
chilling.
right.
But you started it.
To be left alone, you should have left me alone.
There you go.
That's right.
We didn't argue and capitulate and talk about, well, maybe we shouldn't
did
fight
not-
the Nazis that
No,
hard.
one more time. We didn't capitulate.
And talk about, well, maybe we shouldn't fight the Nazis that hard. No, they're bad. Kill them.
That's right.
Okay, French.
White
whoever
folk bad.
that's-
Kill them.
Mm,
You're just gonna
kill
say
'em.
that sounds awful. Too bad.
Too bad. So too bad. People of color, they came against you.
Immigrants come against you.
Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing.
Not my thing. I ain't
I
mad at
agree,
you.
Governor.
Mm.
Not a matter
And you're standing right next to some.
not a matter of being
Oh,
mean.
really? Hey, look at all of them.
It's a matter of necessity.
Hold on, one more time. It ain't about being mean. It's a necessity.
Spiteful.
Mm.
It's a matter of necessity. We have wicked people doing wicked things, torturing and murdering and raping.
Mm.
That's right.
Time to call out those guys in green.
Mm. Or black.
Go have them handled.
Red, black, and green, or whatever.
Those boys in
color you
blue.
want.
Have them go handle it.
boys in the black ski mask, or them whatever the Black Panthers was wearing. Oh yeah, but yeah, Cassidra, what do you think about what we was talking about here tonight?
Hey, totally agree with Mark. Let's kill him. Some people need to die. Oh my God, this whole thing was just crazy. We do these videos so that we can help Black folk understand the assignment, so that we can see through the book BS, right? So that we can see gaslighting. We can see through the gaslighting, because they're always going to gaslight you to make you think you crazy, to make you think it's your fault, to make you think that you deserve to die, to make you think that it's your fault that they killed you, to make you think that you walked into their knife, you stood in front of their gun. That's what they do. They never hold themselves accountable. But I want us to start calling them out on their BS. I want us to start building and even getting together to support our brother. You know, these millionaires out here in these ball, playing ball and stuff, they can support their brother. They can make sure that this thing goes off. He needs to create a foundation, and they need to be able to anonymously donate if they want to. You know what I'm saying? And I think they need to support their brother. Stop being scared. Stop allowing, use them white folks as a stepping stone. That's what you want to do. Use them for a stepping stone. But they had enough time to come from among, be separate, and learn not. They've had so much time to do different, to do better, to do something different. Just like Black folk today, we're still on that plantation. We're still trying to chase that carrot, and a carrot that we'll never get. And you think, oh, Kamala's going to save us. But she already told you she's not going to do anything for you, but you're okay voting for her, even though she told you, I'm not going to do anything for you. But it's just the sad part about it is Democrats going to get that seat, and they're going to cheat to get it because they're in power. They're not about to give up that power because they have things to do as far as 20 million more immigrants. And that's what she said. She's going to get legalized 20 more million immigrants, right? So Black folk, if you ain't working right now, what you think going to happen when 20 more million come? Because these Mexicans are making $10 now, a whole $10, when in their country they only made $5. They only made $4. Okay, they probably made a whole lot less a month, and they come over here and make a whole $10 now, a whole $10, and have 50 family members up in one house. So that's how they can afford what they afford. That's how they can afford this house next door to me, $340,000. Mexicans got it. How do you think that happened? They don't use their credit. They all get together and come on that loan and do what they need to do. I'm serious. Man, our realtor said it. They don't have no Social Security number. How are you qualifying for a loan? But I hope we as Black folk understand the assignment, get on one accord, get on the page, get on one page so that we can do what we need to do for us. And stop looking at other folk that don't look like you, that definitely is not you, to rock with you. That's not how it goes. They are going to rock with their own. They're going to free their own. And now if you in the midst to get a little trickle, you can get a little trickle, but it's not going to be nothing. And she told you that just for you. So I hope we coming together, making a difference. I hope we're making you think, because that's what it's about. It's about making you think, about what we need to do, what we need to do different. And that's what it's all about. And I rest.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, them Mexicans, and they taking and then it'd be lazy as hell on the damn job and don't even do it right.
Nope, don't never do it right. Nope.
But I'm just waiting until after all of this go down and after Negroes save democracy out here. So, what I'm saying, we can get back to business. But right now, we lost in the sauce for real. We took hella steps back. And I can't even argue with nobody right now about this no more. I ain't even got the energy right now because y'all get on my nerves right now. Keep talking about the lesser of two evils out here. Really arguing about it seriously. And people are
the lesser of two evils. And talking about they don't have a choice. I argued with a young man Saturday about this whole thing. Not really argued, just him. He had some points and I had points, and I just told him, do what you want to do, because you're not going to listen to the elders. I'm an elder. You are going to listen to the elder, and you still sleep, and you go raise your children up in the Democratic Party. Why would you pass that on? And you saw that they have done nothing, absolutely nothing for Black people ever. No, they can't even name you one thing that they've done just for. Not one. But they keep coming up with some white supremacy talking points, some black supremacy talking points that they say happen. They keep saying she's not over the border. She is. I don't understand. But hey, I rest my mic.
No, but and that's the thing, Cassidra, when they say that, because they be like, well, you know, we got to do it this time, and next time we can. But ask them, even if the Democrats win this time and Donald Trump run again next time, is you gonna tell me next time again that time?
Exactly.
Or
They're gonna tell you the same story. The same story they always telling you. They ain't gonna say nothing different.
they just
They
like
ain't
they
got
ain't
a
say
good
nothing
story.
different than the last time either.
Donald Trump ain't gonna make it. They gonna do something. I'm telling you, when y'all least expect it, they just want to see what people are gonna do, even if they attempted to murder him. If they want the man dead, they'd have killed him already. You understand what I'm saying? They just want to see how angry people's gonna get. But it's getting ready to be a civil war. I'll tell you what, November 5th, you better stay inside and you better have your candy bars and your peanuts ready. Because they coming. And it's gonna be the red against the blue. It ain't gonna be black and white. It's gonna be brother on brother, red and the blue against each other. Family members. Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna be
They're
sitting
gonna
there
get killed.
looking. I'm gonna be sitting there looking, hoping everybody take everybody out.
I'm gonna step. That's why I'm gonna stay in my house and let them have at it. Y'all go ahead and kill each other.
Call
The
me.
more of us, the less of them.
Yeah, call me when it's like about some black stuff. Then I'll come outside.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. You calling me about that crazy stuff.
And so, like, after y'all finish saving this thing that's gonna kill you anyway,
Yeah.
then and we realize we should have been putting millions of dollars in. Like, damn, what if we had put a little bit of that energy into building our own anyway? Since we know they aren't gonna do anything, because they all say, "Well, I know they're not gonna do something for us." So why don't we just go ahead and just start doing it for us right now? Then, if that's the case, I'm not
That's what
understanding.
I wonder all the
Why in the
time.
hell would you care if you know they ain't gonna do nothing for you? But why do you care then? It doesn't make any sense because they're gonna hurt you. Well, they are gonna hurt you. Like they work together. They're gonna go out to dinner after this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and eat good while you gotta like work 16 hours and hope you can get some chicken noodle soup. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Sure is, honey.
and then got to pay taxes on that and pay taxes when you go to the store and buy the soup.
And then still give it to the immigrants when you get done. Give your part of your taxpayers' money to immigrants for $9,000 who didn't pay nothing in this country, but getting everything, getting all of your return.
You know, and then the grocery store, you go in there and they'd be like, "Oh, it's on sale, but it costs $2 more than it did last week," and they got a sale sign on it. What the?
Exactly. Ain't that something? Buy one, get one free. Mayonnaise for $6.99.
Right.
Mayonnaise $6.99. Ain't even nothing. You can't eat that. I mean, you can eat it, but it's on a sandwich. Ain't by itself. What in the world? That's crazy. Okay, we don't understand that. We keep making excuses why that border's still open. Go ahead and make excuses. And I seen what she was doing that interview, and all she kept talking about was Trump. Trump, he did this. I'm like, what have you done, lady? What have you done? That border's wide open, and I don't see no executive orders. But I rest my mind. There's gonna be a whole lot more rushing to that border in a minute.
You know what they're gonna say, Cassidra? I'm only cooning because I gotta protect myself so that then I can eat, and then we could be work on. Oh, okay. And so you coon for whatever y'all do, whatever y'all got to do, whatever side it is. But I lost a little. I'm hurt a little. I ain't gonna front. That hurt me a little bit. That's why I ain't even been on here. It hurt. I can't even do it. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with y'all about the lesser of two evils, and it like hurt me a little bit.
The lesser of two evils. Ain't that something? Yeah. The lesser of two evils. But evil is evil, right? Maybe not, huh?
No, they like Eddie Murphy. Evil is good.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, I appreciate you for coming on, and our souls are for sale, and but we ain't putting the price up and saying it's on sale. We putting the price down for real and saying it's on sale, and like giving it away. So we definitely for sale right now.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on here because I didn't mean to get
great show, Forecast. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all support Cassidra. Cash App is right there. CassidraCheek. Y'all support Realm in the Bush and everything that she doing. Shouts out to my brother Anthony who was in the building. Appreciate you, my brother. And you know, everybody who will listen. So shouts out to all of y'all.
Yep. Thank you.
And as always, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.